Hey everybody, today I want to talk to you about how to get auto repair shop customers in Chicago. Now, if you're not in Chicago, this can still help. It doesn't really matter where you're at. It actually does. You need some search volume. So if you're in a super small town, it may or may not help, but we can talk to that later. In reality, I just looked up a small town the other day and there is some search volume for auto repair. But we're talking about Chicago today, so let's go over to the Big Apple. Wait, no, that's New York. So it's the Windy City. Let's go over to the Windy City. Okay, here. All right, guys, so here I am in Chicago. Chicago is behind me. The map of Chicago is behind me. I'm not really there, but I did actually go to Chicago this past summer. Great place to go, great place to visit. But anyway, we're talking about auto repair shop customers here in this area. And the reason I'm actually mentioning this is because I had someone contact me recently about how to get more customers in Chicago, how to get more auto repair shop customers in Chicago. We're in Chicago. Let's first off take a look at the map and see. I'm going to pull up, I just pulled up the search for this. This is in Google Maps, if you didn't recognize that. So here behind me, you should see these little dots. Those are Google Business. It used to be Google My Business. That's Google Maps, but it's Google Business Profile. They change the name every 5 minutes. Anyway, so these are Google Business listings. They're Google Maps listings. If you type in auto repair shop, you're going to see this is what pops up. Now, if I go around here, I can change it. I can search this area, see what happens. But here's a good way to find out who's popping up on this. So these are all Google Business listings, and this is all wonderful. Here's a sponsored ad right here. We'll talk to that about a little bit later, but look, here's the first listing that pops up, 206 reviews, this guy. First off, if you notice, in order to be found on Google Maps, what do you need, guys? You need a Google Business Profile listing. You need a Google Maps listing, Google Business listing. Just call it Google Business. You need this. It's free. Guys, it's free to get your Google Business listing. And this business owner that I just talked to didn't have one. Now, I can understand people think it's like the 1980s and we don't need this stuff. But guys, in order for someone to find you, you have to have this Google Business listing. Okay, so it's super easy. Go to business.google.com. In fact, let me just show you this real quick so you can understand this. All right, guys, so if you can't remember this, just type in get a Google Business listing in Google. It's going to tell you what to do. Go to here, Google Business Profile listing. So here we are in this business.google.com. Okay, here you got to sign in. You need a Gmail. So if you don't have a Gmail, you got to get a Gmail first. So sign in, and it's pretty easy to do this. Look at that. It's free. Create a business profile at no cost. Easy. It's easy to do. All right. So there is a caveat. Sometimes you have to verify in your location. And ideally you have a storefront location, meaning someone can come visit you. If you're an auto repair shop, how else are you going to do it? Of course, you can do mobile and other things, but most likely you need an actual location to have an auto repair shop. Most of you have that. Sometimes you can set this up in minutes. They may require you to do a video. Quick and easy, go to business.google.com and get this. Most of you guys have this, but for the people out there who are not on Google Maps, okay, if your business is not showing up, if it's not even there, then you need to get a free Google Business listing first off. All right, now the next piece is I have a Google Business listing, but how do I get found? No one's calling me. Let's take a look at this. First off, let's take a look at the demand for your service, because maybe no one is actually looking. And that's really what I like to see is how much demand is there. Maybe I don't really understand that there's millions of people in Chicago, right? But if the smaller town, you want to go and check this out, you want to go over to the Google Ads Keyword Planner. And I've already done this for Chicago. So let's go ahead and pull that up real quick. All right, guys, here behind me, you have a spreadsheet. Now, this may not be interesting to many people, but it's pretty interesting to me. And it should be interesting if you're a business owner who wants to find out how to get more auto repair shop customers in Chicago or wherever you're at. It doesn't really matter because you want to know the demand. This is basic market research, okay? And how do you find that market research? This is simple. It's free. It's easy to find out. I can find this out in a couple minutes. So I pull this up and let's go over here. First off, I say Chicago, and Google actually shows me where this is at. I don't know if you can see this behind me. Right behind me, there's a map. Maybe I'll scoop my head over. Let me scoop my head over that side. Hold on. I'm going to scoop my head over so you can see this better. Okay, guys, so I just magically went from there to here. And now you can see over, maybe I can scoot this over just a tad bit for you. And you'll see the map. Okay, perfect. I think it's right behind my head, but my head's not blocking it. So see that part in blue? The part in blue is what Google calls Chicago. Of course, we know that Chicago is a lot bigger than that. The whole DMA area, demographic market area, I believe it's called. Anyway, this area tells you how much search volume is in this area. Now, you may say not many people are going to come all the way to the top or wherever I'm at. And in this case, the actual business was in, I think, right in this middle area. So right in the middle, which means people might come from the top to the bottom. But let's just say you're down at the bottom and then say, hey, all those people above, I think it's 55, are not going to come to my shop. That's fine. All we're doing is trying to figure out the demand. So that whole area. Now let's go over here and check it out. The demand, the people searching every single month, 565,550 searches for auto repair, mechanic near me, mobile mechanic near me, auto repair, tire repair, car battery repair, AC repair, car mechanic. So we can go on, and if I scroll down to this thing, it's probably going to show you thousands of different variations. Here's the number over here. We're up to 800 right now. Let's go down and see. Okay, so there's ones with 0 per month, but for some reason it does show up at some point. So down here, 2,307 variations on that stuff. There's some other variations here that don't have data. So 2,300 searches per month that would be related to auto repair. Now, there may be some body shop stuff in here as well, and I try to filter that out. So most of this should not be body repair or collision. Most of this is actual, just straight up auto repair mechanic type work. It is very important to understand that 565,000 people are searching every single month. And how are they doing it? They're doing it on Google. People might say, oh, it's word of mouth and all this stuff. And that's true. That is true that people do ask other people where to take their car. But for the rest of us, there's still 565,000 people looking every single month right here because maybe they don't trust their neighbor. Or maybe they want to get another, or maybe they just need to ask someone quicker. And so you would think, oh, everyone knows where to go, but they don't. They do not know where to go. And for most shops, you couldn't even handle 5,000 a month. Probably not even 300 a month. So of all that, there's a very high demand. And this is the same process you're going to look at for pretty much any shop across the country or even the world if you're in a different country. This pertains to auto repair, auto body, paintless dent repair, custom shops, detailers, etc. in the auto space. And then outside the auto space, you can do the same type of thing to see what the demand is for your business, for your service. So no matter what service you're in, if you want to know how many people are actually looking in this area, you can find out pretty quick, and you can figure out the keywords people are looking at, find out what the demand is for your service. And here we know that this is very high. So great for any shop out there to get that. Now, a couple other things, I put that in yellow. That's kind of one of the most important things is the total search per month. This other little yellow right here is the average cost per click. So I'll explain that over on the maps, but in generally speaking, there's a little range. So auto repair, it ranges from $1.35 to $4.37. It may be a little bit lower or higher, but it's kind of the average. And you can see things down here. This AC repair, it actually might not be. This might be home AC repair as well. So we could actually delete that. But if you notice, 565,000. Okay, it's still 560,000. So who cares? It doesn't even matter. For most cities out there, most areas, it's probably going to be at least 50 to 100,000 searches per month. Even if you're in a very rural area, it could still be 15 to 20,000 searches per month, just because there's still a lot of people going through that area and a lot of people searching for it. So keep that in mind. Very high demand right there. And okay, going back to the cost per click, when you click or when someone clicks on your ad, which I'm going to show you an example of this ad, it costs in this range. On average, it may cost higher or lower. And based on how good your ad is, there's a lot of ways to make the ad good. I just keep it generally speaking. Based on how good it is, the cost per click will be lower. So if you're filling out everything that Google tells you to fill out, different assets on the ad, then it will help that ad to actually perform better and get a lower cost per click. And then if you're asking for certain things and they're giving it to you, then they're going to give you more of that. Generally speaking, I don't want to get too technical, but so what we typically want is phone calls and quote request. And if you're optimizing for those types of things and you get those, then Google will give you more of that and your costs will stay low. All right, guys, so we're back in Chicago and we're on the map. So this, again, here is without anything. And if I type in auto repair shop, then these things will come up. And if you notice at the very top, we get this sponsored. Now, this is Maaco. It's not exactly auto repair. It's more, now they may actually have some auto repair type stuff. I don't want to click on it. Usually Maaco is paint. And that is one thing to keep in mind in the auto repair world, auto repair keyword, if it's generally broad keyword, you might actually pick up searches for auto body, painting, and etc., dent repair, even though that is not relevant for your particular shop. That's one thing to keep in mind when you're putting in keywords. You want to make sure that you don't use those keywords. You can put in negative keywords so that those do not show up. I get this ad, and one thing to notice is that I will tell you that I'm not in Chicago right now. I'm nowhere near it, but yet, and I have not been to Chicago in probably 3 or 4 months, I think. I did go there, like I said, back in the summer, so a good time. You don't want to show your ad to people who are not close by. And what these guys are doing is in their settings, they have it set to so it will show to anyone who's even interested in the area. That's not going to help you because people like me can see it first off, but the people who are actually interested in most likely in your business are people who are right here. If I'm looking right here, but I'm not there, why would I want to see that ad? So potentially they're wasting money. So you want to, in your location settings. Okay, guys, what I'm going to do is I want to show you the actual setting in Google Ads so that you don't do what these guys are doing. Not that maybe it's working for them, I don't know. But most of the time you're going to cause additional ad spend with no benefit. So let's go over to the Google Ad settings real quick. Okay, guys, here we are in a Google Ads account. And this would be in the campaign settings. I'm not going to go through this whole thing with you, but I just want to show you this particular setting, campaign settings in locations. Let me pull up locations real quick and I'm going to show you that. Okay, so as you see, I've actually scrolled down. The places I'm showing this campaign are above this, so I don't want to show that to you, but here I'm showing excluded. Notice I can actually exclude countries and other stuff, so that's a good idea to do, but the setting we want is here in location options. We want to click this presence in or regularly in your included locations. So what happens is most of the time, this is the default and Google says, yeah, we recommend you put that. Why? They want you to spend more money. And for a local area service, most of the time, unless you're in that area, it doesn't do you any good. Do not click this one right here. It could be beneficial if you're doing stuff like tourist type trips and hey, people are interested in going to Colorado and all that type of stuff, then yeah, that might be good because people are looking for it, they're interested in it. But if you're looking for an auto repair shop, auto body repair, paintless dent repair, you want this setting right here. You just click save so you make sure it saves that, and this is not showing to other locations that don't matter. All right, let's get rid of this thing and go back to the map. All right, here we are back at the map, and here we are once again at this ad, which we started looking at. And so once again, I want to show you an interesting point, which is right away, happens right away. So all these little guys, once again, are auto repair shops. Theoretically, there might be some other things that pop up, but most of the time this auto repair shop, if I put mechanic near me or mechanic shop, it'll work as well. You can try this for auto body or paintless dent repair. Any business you can try that for and see what happens. But notice, again, the top thing that pops up is typically sponsored. It's an ad. It tells you it's an ad right there, but most people don't even care. Some people are savvy enough to say, oh, it's an ad, I'm going to skip it, but it works because it pops up as number one. So let's go down here. You notice this guy has 161 reviews. That's good. But the next one down has 206 and 404. So there can be different reasons why this guy is not coming up here. We're not going to go into that today. But the major point to see is that all these have, almost all of them, what was that one? 161. So the next three have more reviews than this one. And I've seen it where a shop can have 25 reviews or no reviews and still be showing up above other shops. So that's one of the major benefits here to the ad, is that the ad is going to get you on top of that search for the most part. Depends on your ad spend, depends on your budget and all that stuff. The idea is that by optimizing this ad, paying for ad, it gets you above other people who are on like the natural search. It's called search engine optimization. So we're not going to go into that today, but that's the benefit of the ad, how to get in front of these people, how to get on top of the searches that we just looked at, the 500,000 searches per month, not per year. So 500,000 searches per month, even if it were per year, it'd still be pretty good. But 500,000 per month for auto repair shops in Chicago area. Now, again, one thing to think about is if you say, well, only people in this area would come to see me, we're still talking about, let's just say it's half that, still 250,000. Half of that is still, or 110,000-ish. Even if it's a quarter of that, a quarter of the 500,000, it's still really good. It's still a lot of searches that no shop can ever handle. So there's tons of demand, lots of auto shops out there, but no one shop can handle all the demand. As you know, a lot of shops are backed up, but some shops have no business whatsoever. And the difference is those shops that do not have business are simply not showing up on these searches. They're not showing up in front of the demand. And so going back to the real answer, how do you get, let me see if I can pull up the search here again. How do you get in front of this right here? How do you get in front of this 560,000 searches per month? You need to be online. You need to have your online presence, your website, Google Business, listing, Facebook, other things like that. But at a minimum, at a very minimum, you got to have a Google Business listing. So this person that I talked to, what did he have? He had a MapQuest listing, which I didn't even know they still had that, and Yelp. Now, people may find him on Yelp, but very few people are going to find you on there. If it works, if what you're doing is working, then great, go for it. But if you're trying to get more customers, trying to get in front of that demand, you have to wonder, if your shop does not show up where you want it to show up, then the simple answer is online presence followed by ads. Okay. There's ways to do it without ads, but for most people, it's just not going to be very cost effective in the short term. In the long term, it can be, but still, you need a combination of those two things. You need a combination of lots of content, online presence type stuff, as well as ads to get in front of those people. So I hope that helps you out there to know that's how you get in front of those and how to get more auto repair shop customers in Chicago. But again, this can actually work for pretty much anyone, anywhere. But if you do want to find the demand, go check out Google Keyword Planner. So guys, on that note, I hope that helps you. And remember the major keys here. In order to be found on Google Maps, you need a Google Business listing, Google Business Places, Google Business Profile, Google Maps. It's all the same thing. Get that. It's free. And then you need a website. You need a website. It can be a good website. Even a bad website is better than no website. And then Facebook is also free. Facebook Business Listing is also free. So work on that. But you can have all those things and still not get the customers that you're looking for, or the customers that are looking for you. And how do you do that? I really just showed you it. For the most part, for most people out there, it comes down to running Google ads to those people who are searching for your business every single day. All right, guys, hope that helps. Again, go to autoshopmarketingpros.com, click on schedule a call with us, and we'll see if we can help you. All right, take care. God bless. Bye-bye.